Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. Some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Drag, and today I'm coming at you another Let's Play episode of Echo. Oh boy. So the last episode we left off, Janice got killed. She murdered someone in the kitchen and then was cooking them. Yeah, I'm wincing really hard right now. It was pretty nasty. And then Duke and the other guys, the bear, I can't remember, they've taken us hostage. So, we're going to see how this little scenario plays out. Apparently, nah, I'm not going to spoil anything. Someone in the comments told me something, so I was worried I had made a really big mistake, but apparently not. Alright, here we go, guys. Let's let the horror begin! Anyway. It feels awful and murky and sick. I feel my head tilt back and a lightning bolt arcs through my head. I try to open my eyes, but they only manage to flutter, and I see flashes of red above me. Something is hooked under my back, and I'm dangling from it. I imagine a rope tied around me, holding me above the dark abyss below. Is this hell? I grip my teeth as the searing red becomes too much to look at, and I close my eyes again. This must be a nightmare, one that feels too real. I've had them before, and I know how to deal with them. Just need to go back to sleep, to drift off, and I'll wake up in my bed. Go back to sleep and wake up back in my dorm. Wait. An echo? I try to think. I try to prod back into my memories. Where was I last? What was the last thing that I remember doing? Trying to remember is monumental, more than I can handle, and fortunately, I drift back into unconsciousness. I'm pulled back into the sickly dark as something jolts my body. I grimace and gasp. I'm filled with such a feeling of unprovoked loneliness and despair that I actually feel my eyes watering and a sob escapes my mouth. I hear a soft chuckle above me and I go quiet. I still don't know where I am or what's going on at all, but that laugh is enough to tell me that I don't want to be where I am. The feeling of hanging from a rope is gone now. Instead, I'm lying on something flat and hard and my arms and legs are spread out. The air is cool now, and my skin is cold and wet, like I've been sweating a lot. The feeling is especially strong along my back, and I want to roll over, but I can't. Something is holding my arms down, and there's a rattling sound when I try to move. I moan and try to open my eyes again, though it's almost like they're glued shut. With a little more effort, I manage to crack one open. At first, all I see is a blur of colors above me, and I have to blink a few times to clear it. Slowly, the image comes together, and I'm able to make out that someone is there above me. Duh! I feel my blood run cold, realizing that someone has been watching me this whole time. But I'm lying down. How is someone on the ceiling? I try to speak, but only a dry, crackling squeak comes out of my throat. At this point, my vision is cleared enough to make out an otter. An otter? I squint. A blue shirt, beige pants. I gasp and reflexively try to draw back from the thing. Is it me? It smiles. It's missing my goatee. How? The flat surface I'm lying on tilts precariously and my stomach lurches. I try to clutch at the surface, though there's nothing to grab onto. I shut my eyes and gag as I feel my stomach swirling around inside me. All I can do is pray for it to stop, feeling like everything around me is about to fall over. The ache in my head is magnified tenfold, and tears start to leak from my eyes. Just when I think I'm about to slip off the face of the earth, the ground starts to tilt back the other way. I swallow and gasp for air, my entire body shaking and sweating all over. I feel like I've been swimming too long, and my body is exhausted. What the hell is going on? I remember that someone was staring down at me from the ceiling, and I opened my eyes again, fearful. I cringe as I see that same otter staring down at me, the otter that's clearly wearing the same clothes as I am. But now it's not smiling. A tear-stained expression is on its face. It's a mirror. A mirror on the ceiling. I try to sit up, but come up short, gagging as something tightens around my neck. I try to move my hands to whatever it is, and that doesn't work either. That same rattling sound I heard earlier makes me look towards my right hand, and what I see makes my blood freeze. Around my wrist is what looks like a leather strap. I desperately look to my other hand and find the same result. Looking at my feet, I see the same contraptions fixed to my ankles. When I try to lift one of my feet, I see a metal glinting from underneath, making me think that the leather is bolted into the platform. Panic rises up in my chest, and I kick my feet and try to flail my hands, but the straps hold firm into what looks like wooden planks, which is the platform that I'm laying on. They're arranged in a way to leave me spread eagle. Over the leather, I can smell all kinds of musk, though the strongest one reminds me of Clint. I try to lift my head, but the thing around my throat is too tight and it instantly makes me choke again. My head throbs. Tears start to form in my eyes again as I try to think back. Where the fuck am I? Is this a prank of some kind? Maybe my friends at the dorm trying to scare me? Had I been drinking at a party? No, wait, I'm in Echo. That's the last place I remember being. I'm here for a project, and I'd been with my old friends. I was with Leo, and I'd been at the diner. Suddenly, all of the horrible things that had happened that day come rushing back. Janice, Clint, Brian, the gun. Oh my god. Had that really happened? I struggle a bit more, then try to think. I had run to Leo's house. Leo, I don't know what happened to him. I left him with Duke. And then Brian, he'd been chasing me, and I tried to break in. I start to breathe heavily again as I realize where I might be. Brian got into the house when I was in Leo's room. He attacked me. I look around. I'm in a small room, what looks like a living room of some kind. There's a couch to my right and a wall with a clock on it to the left, ticking away. There's a window, too, and along with the ticking, the wind blowing outside is the only other sound that I can hear. Looking down towards my legs, I can see what looks like a tiny kitchen with some cupboards and a countertop. Dishes and junk are piled high along the length of the counter, and it smells like cigarette smoke. Judging by the layout and size of the place, it looks like I'm in a trailer home. Sorry, guys, I forgot to mute Telegram. A small moan of terror escapes my lips. I'm in Brian's house. I remember Cud telling me that he lived in one. Tears start leaking out of my eyes again, even though the crying is making my head throb all over again. All I can think about is what he was doing to Clint. No, I have to calm down. I don't want to attract any attention if he's actually nearby. After what happened in the diner, the cops have to be on their way if they aren't already here. People eat in the diner all the time. One of my friends probably would find it and call someone. 1 second, guys, gotta sneeze. Oh, damn, that was 2 big sneezes. Ooh. I just have to wait until they find me. I swallow again, feeling my body break out into a cold sweat all over again. What is going on? They wanted something from us. I remember that, at least. But what? Duke had been saying something about seeing things and that we might be responsible. I squeeze my eyes shut and shake my head, but then immediately stop when my head throbs from the movement. None of this makes any sense at all. Am I still dreaming? At that moment, I hear a soft mumbling in the distance through the thin walls of the trailer. I freeze and hold my breath. It's a little ways off, but I'm almost positive that it's Duke. The high Weasley whine mixed with the occasional smoker's cough is unmistakable. It's coming closer, and I can start to make out what he's saying. Because we already fucked up here. You think we can just let them go and it'll all be fine? I don't know who he's talking to, but the sound of an accompanying heavy lumbering step gives me an idea. It's worth it, though, if we can figure out what the fuck is going on. It sounds like they're right up against the trailer now. I can hear them walking around it, towards the small door on the right side of the kitchen. Leo ain't saying shit yet, but I think it might be the otter. He's the one I seen last week. Footsteps stop in front of the door, and I listen hard, my heart pounding in my chest. I hope you haven't done anything to him. I didn't. Brian's uncharacteristically high-pitched voice sends a chill up my spine, my fur flaring out with it. Let's see if I can do a really high-pitched southern thing. You bet your ass you haven't, if you do any of your fucked up shit to him. I stop breathing, staring at my terrified expression in the mirror. What I'm saying is, we still got a chance to get out of this. What we've done is bad enough, but if we can get him to understand... They stop talking, and that's when I can hear Brian's heavy, labored breathing. I'm not breathing at all, worried that they'll be able to hear it, even though they already know I'm here. No, 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. I let it out with a gasp, and the door suddenly swings open, and Duke comes up the steps, looking around before spotting me. Brian, you're a one sick fuck. I tense up as the massive shadow appears behind me, and it feels like the entire trailer tips a bit as Brian makes his way up the same steps. Brian's presence is so imposing and frightening that I don't even notice that Duke is now right next to me. I jump when he sets his hand on my left arm. I jerk my head to look at him, wide-eyed. Hey, calm down. We ain't gonna hurt you. Brian chuckles and Duke shoots him a look. He turns his attention back to me, softening his expression, at least as much as he can with his scraggly, drug-fucked face. We just need to get some information from you. I open my mouth to speak, but all that comes out is a dry squeak. Brian chuckles again and makes his way to stand to my right. I cringe away from him and his stench of old sweat as he grins down at me with his yellow teeth. Brian, get some fucking water. Brian looks at Duke with a strange face before turning back to the kitchen. Hey, don't worry about him. I know this thing. Duke taps on one of the boards with a finger. Looks bad, but we just gotta hold you here for a bit. Oh, God, I hate that. He's a queer. He likes it. Duke glares at him as Brian comes back from the kitchen with a ceramic mug. You're a queer, too. Brian visibly bristles and his face loses any of the sick humor it once had. Duke clears his throat. Things have been happening here and we want to find out why. What? Duke furrows his brow like a kid trying to figure out something difficult. You see, people ain't right in the head here. No shit. Duke seems to immediately read my thought process because he holds up his hands and shakes his head. Yeah, I know. What we're doing ain't exactly right in the head either. Brian gives his dumb chuckle again, but I keep my face averted from him, partly because I really can't stand the smell. But we're all a little fucked up here. What I'm talking about is something else. Like what you saw with Janice. I shift a little as I'm reminded about what happened in the diner. Is she dead? Duke looks genuinely sad. I don't know. And it's a damn shame, but you saw the way she came at me. That's the shit I'm talking about. I look at the weasel's waistband and immediately see the handgun tucked into his pants there. And I was hoping to stop it before any of this happened. But now... everything's gone to shit. Brian finishes for him, and I can feel him move closer to the platform I'm laying on. Again, I avoid eye contact, not wanting to provoke him in any way. Yep, and it's only gonna get worse. Duke just looks at me, like that's all the information that I need. I don't know what you're talking about. I see a twitch of irritation in Duke's face, and I hold my breath. I mean, what's happening out there? Duke shakes his head. What's happening everywhere? It wasn't just Janice that lost her mind. Duke looks back at the window suddenly, his fur standing on end. I look too, but all I see are the leaves and branches, the late afternoon sun filtering through them. Duke's quiet for a while before he starts speaking again without turning around. It happened to my granddaddy, my daddy, and now it's happening to me. I close my eyes, wondering if Duke is just as crazy as Janice was. If he does, I doubt he even has a clue what he's doing right now. Dale's missing. Cynthia drove off into the desert. Duke turns around to look back at me. We saw your cat friend running down the street on the way here, saying someone is after him. TJ? Thing is, we've all got something after us, something bad. Won't let you leave when it starts. What's after you? I flinch as Brian speaks just above me, leaning down towards my face. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Bullshit! I flinch again as Duke's concerned demeanor immediately drops away. Why do you think we came to get Leo and you? He pauses, like I should actually know the answer. I feel myself starting to panic again with these two crazy hillbillies looming over my body. I don't know what... Duke slaps me and I gasp in shock. I saw you hanging around this fucking town before you even got here, late at night, lurking around. I'm still cringing from the slap and I keep my eyes closed as if not seeing any of this is going to make it stop. And then once all your friends get here, all hell breaks loose. You think that's a fucking coincidence? It's quiet for a moment, and all I can hear is the rush of blood in my ears. Is this really happening? I feel Duke touch my arm again, and I flinch in fear. Hey! I feel like he wants me to look at him, so I slowly open my eyes, tears spilling out as I do. The blurry shape of Duke dances in front of me. I'm not saying you did it, or that you wanted it to happen. I don't say anything, because I still don't know what he's talking about, but I know I can't tell him that. It's just that you gotta know something, anything, so that we can stop this. Duke starts to pet my arm, and I shiver. Brian is breathing heavily next to me, and a glance at him shows that his expression is more interested now, almost eager. Okay, guys. Oh, man, this is really fucked up. Not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought they were gonna, like, start torturing me or something. I thought this was gonna be, like, the furry version of Hostel or Saw. Apparently, Brian just did it because he's into this kind of thing, and he's really messed up. Like, it's cool if you're into restraints and everything, but, like, he's clearly a very, very messed up individual who's not all there, so I get a feeling that it's not just tying up for him that gets him off. But, Duke, to me at least, Duke seems a bit more, I hate to say it, trustworthy, because he actually seems like he's not malicious. What he wants to do is to try and stop whatever it is from happening again that has apparently happened before. So, man, what a cliffhanger of an episode. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been another episode of Echo. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!